Hello friends, hi, this is Nilanjana and you are watching BioStudy Pathshala. So through this title and thumbnail, you have got to know about today's session. So let's learn dominant recessive epistasis. So today we are going to learn about dominant recessive epistasis. First, what is the meaning of epistasis? It means to mask. The dominant recessive epistasis is also known as inhibitory gene interaction. So another name of this epistasis is inhibitory gene interaction. So on this epistasis, two genes will show its effect as usual, as because in case of epistasis, more than two genes will show the interaction. So for example, A and B, these two genes are non-allelic type of genes. What is the meaning of non-allelic type of genes? For example, this is a chromosome and this is its homologous chromosome. So on this locus, A gene is present, and on this particular chromosome and on different locus, the B gene will be present. And as it is the homologous chromosome of the first one, so on this locus, the variety of the A gene will be present. It may be dominant or recessive. For example, I just assume here the recessive allele of A gene is present, and on this locus, the recessive allele of B gene is present. And these two genes also may present on two different chromosomes as well. So now, what is of dominant recessive epistasis? So the genotypes of A genes, these are capital A, that means homozygous dominant condition, capital A, small a, that is heterozygous condition, and small a. And same for the B gene, capital B, homozygous dominant condition, capital B, small b, that is heterozygous condition, and small b, that is homozygous recessive condition. So in case of dominant recessive epistasis, the homozygous dominant condition of A gene or the heterozygous condition of A gene, for say, it codes for green coloration, and the homozygous condition, that is homozygous recessive condition of the B gene, will code for the same coloration. That means the homozygous recessive condition of the B gene will show the green coloration. So what is about the homozygous dominant condition of the B gene? Homozygous dominant condition of the B gene or the heterozygous condition of the B gene will show, for say, purple coloration, and the homozygous condition of A gene is showing no phenotype. That means only dominant allele of A gene is showing a color phenotype, that is green, and this green coloration is also result of the homozygous condition of the B gene, and the homozygous condition, that is homozygous dominant condition of B gene, is showing the purple coloration. Also the heterozygous condition of the B gene is showing the purple coloration. So this is about the dominant recessive epistasis. So now if a genotype is showing capital A, small b, so what will be the phenotype? In this genotype, as the homozygous dominant condition of the A gene is present, so the resultant will be of this genotype, that is, it will show the green coloration. Same, small a, capital B, as here the homozygous dominant condition of the B gene is present, and as I have told before that the homozygous recessive condition of the A gene is showing no phenotype, that means the color will be purple, because here the homozygous dominant condition of the B gene is present. So from this two genotype, we can say that one dominant allele of A gene, if present with the homozygous recessive condition of the B gene, it will show the green coloration, that means the phenotype of the A gene. And from this data we can say that if homozygous recessive condition of the A gene with one dominant allele of B gene is present, then it will show the effect of the B gene, that is purple coloration. Another genotype, that is capital A small a, capital B small b. Here one dominant allele of the B gene is present and one dominant allele of the A gene is present, but the dominant condition of the A gene is epistatic over the dominant condition of the B gene. So the resultant will be the effect of the A gene, that means again the green color. Next, small a, small b, small b. So here no any dominant allele is present, that means neither of A gene nor of B gene. So what will be the phenotype of this particular genotype? Here the small b is present. The homozygous recessive form of B gene results green coloration. That means this genotype will show the green coloration, and the homozygous recessive form of A gene is showing nothing. That means the homozygous recessive form of A gene cannot suppress or cannot act on this particular phenotype. So this is the hypothetical example of the dominant recessive epistasis. Now about the actual example, the coat color of rice mainly is showing the dominant recessive epistasis, and this coat color of rice may be of two types. One is green and another one is purple, and the genes which are responsible for these colors are I gene and P gene. Alright, and the P gene, the homozygous dominant condition of the P gene or the heterozygous condition of the P gene is showing the purple color, while the homozygous dominant condition of the I gene or the heterozygous condition of the I gene is showing the green coloration, and this green color may be coded by also the homozygous recessive condition of the P gene as well, but the homozygous recessive condition of the I gene will not affect any of this genotype. So this is the dominant recessive epistasis or the inhibitory gene interaction. So now let's see about the cross procedure of this particular epistasis. So in P1 generation, one green coated rice grain with the genotype capital I small p crossed with one purple coated rice grain with the genotype small I capital P. So these individuals will produce gametes in gametic 1 generation. This individual will produce gamete as capital I small p, and the number of the gametes will be 4, and this individual will produce the gamete as small I capital P, and the number of the gametes will be again 4. So these gametes will fuse together to form F1 individual in F1 generation. So these gametes will fuse together to form a green coated rice grain again with genotype of capital I capital P small p. So this is about the F1 individual. Now we will see the cross between the F1 individual to obtain the F2 individual. So the selfing between F1 individual, a green coated rice grain with the genotype capital I capital P small p crossed with again a green coated rice grain with the genotype capital I capital P small p. So this individual will produce 4 types of gametes. These are capital I capital P, capital I small p, small I capital P and small I small p. So this individual will produce again 4 types of gametes. These are capital I capital P, capital I small p, small I capital P and small I small p. So these 4 gametes along with these 4 gametes will fuse together to form F2 individuals, and the F2 individuals will be shown through checkerboard. So let's see. So these are the checkerboards for F2 individuals. On this row, the gametes are male gametes, while on this column, the gametes are female gametes. You can see from this checkerboard that here 2 dominant I allele with 2 dominant P allele. This genotype is showing the green rice grain. Here again 2 dominant I allele with heterozygous condition of the P gene is showing again the green coloration. Here you can see the heterozygous condition of the I gene with the homozygous dominant condition of the P gene is showing the green coloration. Here you can see as well the heterozygous condition of the I gene along with the heterozygous condition of the P gene is showing the green coat color as well. So from this data we can write down in this way that one dominant I allele with one dominant P allele is showing the green coat color. So from this data we can say that I dash, that is capital I dash, capital P dash is showing green coated rice grain, and with this particular genotype the number of the individuals will be 9 among 16. From this checkerboard we can say as well, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this 9 individuals are with capital I dash, capital P dash genotype, and this genotype is showing the green coated rice grain. Here you can see that capital I, small p is showing the green coat color. Here you can see again that capital I, small p is showing green color. Here it is same like this. So from these three individuals with the genotype capital I dash, small p, this genotype is showing again green coloration. From this data we can say that capital I dash, small p, this particular genotype is showing the green coated rice grain, and with this particular genotype the number of the individuals will be 3 among 16. You can see 1, 2, 3. So these 3 genotypes are showing the green coloration. That means the 3 individuals are with this genotypes are showing the green coloration. So next is, you can see here small I, capital P. That means the homozygous recessive condition of I gene with one at least dominant P allele. Here you can see as well small I, capital P, Here again small I, capital P, That means the homozygous recessive condition of the I gene with at least one dominant allele of the P gene is showing the purple coloration. So the number of the individual with this particular genotype is again 3. So the small I, capital P dash, this genotype is showing the purple coated rice grain, and with this particular genotype the number of the individuals are 3 among 16. And the last remaining one, that is small I, small p, that is all in homozygous recessive form. This individual is showing the green color. You can see from this color differentiation as well. So in this genotype, as the homozygous recessive condition of the I gene is present, that means the I gene cannot inhibit the effect of the P gene's expression, and the homozygous recessive condition of the P gene is expressing the green coat color. So the resultant will be the green coat color. So from this data we can say that small I, small p is showing the green coat color or green coated rice grain, and with this particular genotype the number of the individual will be 1 among 16. So from this checkerboard we can say that the green coated color grain are 9 among 16 plus 3 among 16 plus 1 among 16. So the total about 13 among 16 individuals are showing the green coated rice grain, and the rest 3 are showing the purple coated rice grain. So from this data we can obtain the phenotypic ratio as 13 green coated grain is to 3 purple coated grain. So this is about the inhibitory gene interaction or the dominant recessive gene interaction phenotypic ratio. So we have already learned about the example which follows the dominant recessive epistasis, the cross procedure and the phenotypic ratio of this particular epistasis. So now let's learn about the enzymatic pathway for this dominant recessive epistasis. So now we will see the enzymatic pathway for dominant recessive epistasis. So in this pathway, first the basic color is green, which is coated by small I, small p. That means the homozygous recessive condition of the P gene is showing the phenotypic effect. Now this green color may be transformed to either purple color. This purple color will be coded by small I, capital P dash. That means the presence of one dominant P allele will cause the purple color, and this transformation occurs due to the effect of E1 enzyme. So now this E1 enzyme is the product of capital P or capital P small p. That means either homozygous dominant condition or the heterozygous condition of the P gene will cause the E1 enzyme which transform the green color to the purple color. Now this green color may be transformed to again green color, and this green color will be coded by capital I dash small p, and this transformation occurs due to the effect of E2 enzyme. Now this E2 enzyme is the product of capital I or capital I small I. That is homozygous dominant condition or heterozygous condition of I gene will cause the E2 enzyme production, and this E2 enzyme further transform the green color with this particular genotype to this green color with this particular genotype. So from this enzymatic pathway we can obtain three genotype, that is small I, small p, which is showing the green coloration. Next is capital I dash small p, which is again showing the green coloration, and the third one, that is small I, capital P dash, which is showing the purple coloration. So what about the capital I dash, capital P dash? That means if the precursor is small I, capital P dash, and on this particular pigment if E2 enzyme act, the E2 enzyme is the result of capital I or capital I small I. So if the E2 enzyme act on this particular pigment or on this particular genotype, this will cause the genotype modification as capital I dash, capital P dash, and this genotype will show the green coloration because the I gene is showing the epistatic effect on P gene. That means if I gene is present, that is dominant allele of I gene if present, it will mask the effect of the P gene expression. Either the P is homozygous recessive or homozygous dominant. As the dominant I gene is present, it will mask the effect of dominant P gene's expression, which is purple. So in the presence of the dominant allele of the I gene, the dominant P gene's expression cannot be observed. So this is about the enzymatic pathway for dominant recessive epistasis. So through today's episode we have learned about dominant recessive epistasis, the example which follows this particular gene interaction, the cross procedure, and the phenotypic ratio of this particular gene interaction. Also the enzymatic pathway. So if you have learned something through this video, do like this video, share and recommend this channel with your friends, and lastly do subscribe if you haven't till now, and learn and enjoy with Biostudy Pathshala. Till then, thank you.